You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
And today, on Thanksgiving Day here in the United States, I want to share with you a fun episode. It's going to be one on how to boost your metabolism before a big meal. And this goes for basically all holidays, anytime you're going out to dinner, maybe a cheat meal on the weekend, whatever you're really looking at where you're going to eat a little bit more calories, or maybe some foods that aren't so healthy. And on those certain days, what can you do to boost your metabolism so that those extra calories that you do eat do not necessarily get stored as body fat? So let's talk about that right now. Let's get right into it. It's something that I've been using with my personal clients for close to 20 years now. A lot of people don't know, when I first started out in my career, and when I was actually in college, I was working with some pretty high-level people, and especially athletes and high-level personal trainers as well, on their own personal nutrition. I did nutrition before I did anything else. And what I did was I actually studied essentially the science of nutrition and how it affects our physiology. And one of the first things that I looked into was how our body uses glucose. Like, that was the most important key to me when I'm looking at body transformation and also losing body fat, or basically maintaining, depending where you're at. So when I work with high-level MMA athletes who are trying to cut weight, or wrestlers, or is working with, let's just say, like Harvard rowers right down the street in Cambridge, Massachusetts, I got them to stay lean, but always be at their peak condition and peak energy, because I made sure that their glucose levels were replenished, but not too much like for your ordinary or average body transformation client, so that they wouldn't store body fat. That was the big key. And that's what I want to share with you today, that too many people right now, you're looking at high carb, you're looking at low carb, you're looking at paleo, primal, keto, when you're just looking for a solution to feel better energy-wise and to look better body transformation-wise. And I can tell you that things need to be tweaked for your own individual body. And that's the truth. So we're all born with a genotype, and our genotype is our genetics, and then our phenotype is what we become, right? So, Ayurvedic medicine has the Vikruti and the Prakriti, and that's very important to look at as well, because I studied Ayurvedic medicine in depth. I've spent many months overseas, living in India, living in Sri Lanka, working in clinics. And one thing is, when you start to understand a body type, you know that there's no one diet for every person. Anybody who tells you that there is, they just haven't gone deep enough. They really haven't. They have a very surface level knowledge of human physiology and how our body either burns sugar or burns fat or uses both, slow versus fast versus mixed oxidizers. And that's the truth, because we all know, when we all have friends who are lean and they can eat any carbohydrates they want and they don't gain any weight. Do you really think that they get the same benefit from a keto-based diet that the person who they look at carbohydrates and puts on weight? Absolutely not. Those people who can eat carbs and they don't put on any weight, does that kind of give you the inkling that maybe they need those carbohydrates? Well, I'm starting to go down another path that I'm going to clear up in the future. I'm going to really teach you, because remember, this is the essence. The essence of who you are is your body type, is the body you were given. But then, again, with the beauty of functional medicine and naturopathic medicine, you can make it do anything that you want. You really can. I've been at 145 pounds, and I've been at close to 200 pounds. I can make my body do whatever I want, based on science, based on how these things work. Some body weights, some are right in the middle of those two, is what feels best for my body. Okay, let's move on today though. But all of that I just gave you right there really does matter, and this is why. When we are looking to eat a little bit more than we should, we need to create some type of deficit in our body so that when we eat those surplus calories, typically carbohydrate-based, maybe a little extra fat, that we are then able to not store that as body fat. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a high intensity workout. It's going to be a circuit. It's going to be 5 exercises that I'm going to give you today. But not only am I going to give you the exercises, walk you through the whole thing like I would a client, I'm actually going to give you the PDF that I create for private clients, and I'm going to give it to you with video links so that you can watch a 10-second clip if you've never heard of this video before. Completely free. It is my Thanksgiving gift to you, my way of giving thanks for you listening, and also just my way of giving back. I mean, this industry has been so fantastic to me. It's been so fantastic of a gift for me to just literally be able to do this, wake up every day and be able to help people. It's truly amazing. This is what I'd be doing whether it was my career or not. It really, truly, truly is. So, sorry, one last thing, and this is the reason too. I actually just got this email twice in 1 week last week, asking, because I do a half a day still of training body transformation clients twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday mornings. And people ask me, like, how are you still doing that when you have a busy functional medicine, naturopathic medicine practice? You're mentoring other health professionals, which basically means teaching them. You're writing books, you're doing videos, you're doing the podcast. Like, why are you still doing that? It can't be worth your time. And I don't take offense to that. I used to. But to me, I do what I love in life. Like, that's the thing. And I think that's really important. Sometimes we lose sight of we need to do things for money, or we need to do things for prestige, or we're worried about how other people are judging us. And that's just not the case at all. I'm many different things in my life. I have many different interests. And right now, where I'm at in my life, I don't care about the criticism. I don't care about what people say. I do only from the standpoint that if I'm turning off a lot of people, maybe I'm not giving my message, or maybe not saying my message in the proper way, and that matters too. That absolutely does. So I do want to take that in consideration, but really I will be doing it, and I've said for at least 20, 30 years more, of working with all sorts of different clients in any capacity that I can, where not only am I getting enjoyment, I feel like I'm helping others as well. All right, so let's get into one of those body transformation workouts. When I sat down to create this workout for you, I said to myself, how can I create a high-intensity workout that's going to boost someone's metabolism and use the science that shows that a high-intensity workout is going to allow you to better metabolize those excess sugars for the next minimum of 8 hours? Now, do high-intensity workouts last for anywhere from 31 to 36 hours? Yes. But I want to talk about direct. I mean, like, they've studied actual type 2 diabetics. And they've seen with this type of a workout, with this type of resistance-based workout, I'm just going to give you light dumbbells to use. You can even just use your own body weight, but I want you to use light dumbbells. Is that if you do this workout within 8 hours of increasing your sugar, meaning like having a high glucose meal, it will help to better regulate blood sugar levels. And if you better regulate blood sugar levels, well, guess what? You will be less likely to store excess adipose tissue or fill up adipose tissue stores, which just means add body fat. All right, so we're going to get right into the workout right now. I want to keep this short. I want to keep it sweet. And I'm going to give you the download link to simply go to StephenCabral.com/292. And at that link, you will actually get the PDF. The PDF can be viewed on your phone, can be viewed on your laptop, even on your TV. And you press the play button and you get to watch the little clip. It's beautiful, really great software. In the future, I'll be coming out with a little bit more and just kind of giving this out to more and more people. And for right now, I just want you to check it out. Now, if you enjoy it, please give me your feedback. Just go to StephenCabral.com/AskCabral. Just let me know if you like this PDF and if you'd like to get more of these in the future. I'd be happy to do that for you around all sorts of different events. So real quick, we're going to go through it because, again, this workout is best viewed on that PDF, but a lot of you have been exercising. You know what these exercises are. So this is a full body workout. I consider it not a beginner, and I don't consider it advanced, right in the middle. And I even don't even a lot of times put in like arm-based movements, but I wanted this to be a total full body workout that you can use anytime with just a pair of dumbbells, and it's meant for like all different types of people. Really, really fantastic. Okay. So let's get right into the workout now. So as many of you probably know, I've talked about it many, many times before. My favorite exercise of all time, if I could only pick one, would be the squat press. You literally work every single muscle in your body, and that is how we're starting off today's high-intensity workout. Now, as we get started right now, I do want to let you know that this workout is simple to do. You just need that one pair of dumbbells, so you can just pick whatever you would like. Ideally, you can have like a medium weight and then a lighter weight. We'll get into that as we're going through it. We're going to keep it short, we're going to keep it sweet, and then just kind of move right through. But it's 5 exercises in a row, and you're going to do it one right after the other, right after the other, right after the other, right after the other, and that's your 5 exercises. And then after that, you're going to rest for anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes, and then repeat that again, and then rest that 3 to 5 minutes and repeat again. Now, if you only have 10 minutes, you could do 2 rounds of this. You really can get it in. It's going to take maybe 3 minutes per round, rest another 2-3 minutes, let's just say 3, and then you can do one more round. You could just do those 2 rounds and you'd be good to go. Now, before this, a lot of people like to get warmed up, and I completely agree with that. Simply do this. Let's just keep it simple. Again, this is just our holiday workout. I want you to do 30 seconds of jumping jacks, just in that lateral movement side to side, doing your jumping jacks, hands overhead, and then do a 1-minute plank. After that, you can get right into the workout. Okay, so we're getting started with our first exercise, which is the squat press. All right, so squat press, you're going to keep the dumbbells on your shoulders, right above your shoulders. You're going to squat down, breathing in, and then as you stand back up, you're going to exhale and press the weights directly over your head. Then you're going to breathe in, the weights come back down, you go into a squat, and then come right back overhead. You're going to do that for 10 to 15 repetitions. How many should you do? Just start at 12. And then if you can do more the next set, then great. So then you move into your next exercise, which is the bent over row. And the bent over row, we're going to do them alternating sides. So you're going to be sitting back with your hips. You're going to be in a little bit of a squat, like a quarter squat. And then you're going to be 1 dumbbell down, 1 dumbbell pulling up right to your oblique, which is the muscles right above that hip bone. You're going to keep your eyes forward. You make sure your back is flat. And you're kind of creating that like tabletop, all right? What you're doing is you're opening up your chest as you're pulling the dumbbell up so that you can squeeze your back muscles, those are the opposite muscles, the antagonist muscles, and you're working your back muscles, your rhomboids, your posterior delts, all those muscles back there that work on posture and that help open up those tight chest muscles that you don't even know they're tight because, again, you're working over a computer, you're driving. Everything we're doing is kind of rounding our shoulders forward. Fantastic exercise for that. 24 repetitions, back and forth, alternating sides. Next up is a reverse lunge to a curl. Why the reverse lunge? Because you and I are working one-on-one together. I want to make sure you're doing your lunges safely. Much easier to do a backwards lunge than it is to do a forward lunge because most people, when they lunge forward, their heel comes up. There's too much force being generated on the actual knee joint. Not with the backwards lunge. You simply step backwards with one leg. You allow that back knee to come towards the floor, but don't touch. That's going to open up those tight hip flexor muscles. It'll open up your quads. You're going to keep your chest elevated. And at the same time, you're going to do a little curl. Why a little curl? Because we're just working the full body and it's fun. This is a nice moderate workout. You're going to feel your whole body, every muscle in your body working. Literally, there is no muscle in your body that is not getting worked during this particular workout. I also like the reverse lunge because you are opening up those hip flexors, which doing your squats can tighten your hip flexors a little bit. All right, moving up. That was number 3. That was also 24 repetitions, alternating legs. A lot of arm curls, but again, you're using a very, very light weight, so don't worry about that. And then number 4 is one that I don't give too often. It's called a kickback, but what I wanted to do was if we're going to work those bicep muscles, I want to work the triceps. And you'll see as I create my programs, I'm going up or lower, and I'm also giving your heart rate just a little bit of a break before you go into your last exercise, which I'll get to in a second. So your kickbacks, you just get back in that bent over row position, but this time at the top of your row, you're going to pull both elbows up. You're just going to kick back with both weights. That just means extend your arm straight. It works your tricep muscles, which are the muscles behind the arm, between your elbow and the back of the armpit. Those are not only are they fantastically functional muscles, if for anything, when you extend your arm, but also that's what gives the back of the arm some really nice tone, some really nice shape, and how it comes into the shoulders is what a lot of guys and girls are looking for. So great exercise, but it's also, again, letting that heart rate come down. Now, the last one, we're going to finish things off with the exercise that people love to hate, and that is mountain climbers. We're doing mountain climbers for up to 30 seconds. So those kickbacks are for 12 reps, anywhere between 10 and 15. Mountain climbers, we're going to finish things off for up to 30 seconds. Now, if you're exhausted by this time in the workout because you haven't done really a workout like this before, don't worry about it. Do 10 seconds of mountain climbers. If you're advanced, crank those legs. Don't let that front foot touch. Keep the back foot down. Alternate legs. You're in a push-up position. You're huffing, you're puffing. You're going to crank out up to 30 seconds, and then you're going to breathe. You're going to let that heart rate come down. You're going to grab a little bit of water if you need it, and if you can, rest about 3 minutes. Whatever it took you to finish that circuit, move on to the next round. Do a second round now. If you're feeling really great and you have the time, rest another 3 minutes after that round, and you can do your third round of all of these different exercises. That'll be it. So the maximum that you're going to do is 3 rounds of this. You do a warm-up. that'll just take you a couple minutes. This whole workout, as I see it right now, should take you no more than 20 minutes. It's a really fun one. It's a really quick one. And if you do this, I'm telling you right now, scientifically proven, you will be guaranteed to store less body fat. Why? Because you will have used up some of those sugar stores, some of those glucose stores. You'll have boosted your metabolism. Your body will be better adapted to use some of that glucose, some of that sugar, some of that stuffing, some of that cranberry sauce, some of those desserts. All of those things will be better able to be soaked up and replenish the bodies and repair the tissues and bring back some more liver glycogen rather than being stored as body fat. Now, don't take this as a license to eat and eat as much as you possibly can on Thanksgiving or any holiday, but I do hope you enjoy yourself. Thanksgiving is one of those days where, there's no hype around the holiday. There's no gifts. It's just kind of getting together with friends or family and being able to enjoy a meal with each other. It's a beautiful thing. We don't have to overeat at these holidays. We can just relax, just sit back and enjoy just really the privilege that we have to have food in front of us when so many other people may not, and to also be surrounded by people who really do care and love us. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and have a great Thanksgiving.
Ever wonder what the best sauna, blue blockers, sleep trackers, wake lights, salt lamps, or other health gadgets are? Or what about the top non-toxic mattresses, sheets, soaps, bath products, toothpaste, and cookware? Or would you like to know the cleanest choices for hemp hearts, meal delivery services, supplements, and much more? I personally curated, researched, and now created a resource page of all of my top picks that continues to grow each week. These are the exact products I use in my own life, with my family, in my private practice, and they're the ones I trust. To find out all of my up-to-date recommendations and all the details, simply head on over to stephencabral.com/resources.